do believe I am live now. Welcome, friends, starseeds, soul family, however you want to identify yourself in the room. So I have a few points that I want to talk about in this live video with this great equinox shift that is upon us, with the ascension updates that I want to give and whatnot. So I have a few points that I've already written down throughout the day that have come to me that I feel called to share. But I'm probably going to do some psychic channeling as well. So it's just kind of like I have been doing lately, like usual, a bit spontaneous. So we're just going with the flow. Yeah, so the energies have been wild, have they not? Energies have been crazy. Today and yesterday, I have had a lot of physical symptoms. It's not just psychological symptoms anymore with people, with us, and especially yesterday and today, I've noticed, this intensity with my physical symptoms, mostly being dizziness, feeling more lightheaded. It means essentially I've had to ground a lot, bare feet on the earth, do a lot of extra grounding, but breath work as well, deep breathing, just remembering to return to one's breath. Really simple things, but they can make a big difference with what we are going through as a collective. Most of you who are watching now in the live, or who will be joining and watching later after this is posted after the live, most of y'all are already aware of what's going on essentially and what ascension symptoms are and everything. But if you're not aware of some of the basics, I guess you could say, of what's going on, check some of the content that I have in the descriptions box and my website, and I'll just leave it at that. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the first point that came up for me to share with everyone. So starseeds, this applies to pretty much everyone. It doesn't necessarily apply to the 30%, which I've talked about in the Silver Sphinx World Prophecies and more, but specifically, if you identify as a starseed, you know. So what I want to say to you right now is, I've talked about the symptoms of ascension as other spiritual leaders have been, but I want to point out that it's not just that you're experiencing the symptoms, it's not just that you were on more of an accelerated path because you were the leader. You're one of the leaders of this new age, this new dimension, this new density, 5D, whatever you want to call it, that we are transitioning to. Yes, you are the leaders, and it's important to know that, and that gives you some context to why you're accelerating maybe a little faster than some of the people around you. But you are also the anchor, starseeds. It's an important word and thing that has come through for me, information that is, presented itself for me, is you are an anchor for this energy, for the light codes that are coming through, that are streaming down from the sun right now. And I know a lot of you have noticed the changes within our sun, the light frequency around the sun. Some of you have noticed the geometric patterns, the rainbow colors. You're actually tapping into, and you're able to actually see, like me, the different light frequencies and colors and patterns. And that's not just showing up around the sun. Like some of you have probably seen some of the posts I've made on Instagram or Facebook talking about this, but yeah, so I don't want to get off topic too much here. But yeah, getting back to being the anchor, you know, you're the anchor, starseeds, for this light energy that is coming down, not just for yourself, not just for other people and humanity around you, but you are the anchor for the earth as well. Now, yes, of course, the earth is absorbing this energy itself, but you have something to do with that anchoring as well. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. Oh my gosh, my cat is like, hang on 1 second. Just let him say hello real quick. There he is, Mr. Felix. All right, get down. He always has to make an appearance. So the other point that I wanted to bring up is I'm feeling like, no, Felix. I'm feeling like psychic attacks are actually lessening right now. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, okay, so psychic attacks are slowing right now, and I feel like that's something I can say with confidence, you know, sharing with you guys. And what is now enhancing and becoming more of a thing is the ascension symptoms themselves, but also, like the picture, the thumbnail of this video indicates, cravings. So ascension cravings, that's something I haven't talked about yet because, you know, it's started becoming more apparent to me in my life and with some other starseeds and people I've spoken with. So these cravings, ascension cravings, can range a few things, but essentially what I am seeing them as within my life and other people's is your diet changing. These cravings might have to do with like more liquids, more lighter foods, you know, fruits, vegetables, stuff that carries just more water with it. I've been noticing with myself that like I've been really craving watermelon. Your taste for food in general might be changing. You might find that your craving, you know, just for food, especially dense food, like heavy foods, and even meats, is not there. You know, it's just changing. And that's been happening with me. I've heard it happening with some other starseeds out there. I'm not eating as much meat anymore, and it's just this natural thing that I'm sort of starting to let go of. And it's not just that, you know, it has to do with when I say heavier foods, I also mean like wheat, like wheat pastas and stuff. Like I'm finding myself craving more lighter grains such as rice, so stuff like that. Part of this ascension process that we're going through, you know, it means we're getting lighter, right? And I've spoken about this with the LYRANs whenever I've done my psychic channeling with the LYRAN group, where they speak about, you know, with our bodies growing lighter, we're going to be eating less. We won't need food the same way. And some of you who are, you know, I guess new to this information, and still exploring, this might sound really strange to you, but, you know, have an open mind. You're going to be pulling more energy, sustenance from the earth itself, from grounding, from the air, from sunlight. Okay, this is part of what it means to ascend and to sort of embody your light body. You know, so this is kind of what's happening. as far as the cravings go. So, you know, the cravings don't just have to do with food. The cravings also have to do with feeling that strong urge and need to go outside, soak in, you know, the air, the sunshine, and the earth, you know, with again your bare feet on the ground. You know, I'm finding this more with myself, other people. You know, you might feel the craving and need to connect with trees more as well. Do it, you know, listen to your body. A lot of us have forgotten that body awareness and listening and honoring what our body is trying to tell us. So just listen, and then don't just listen, but implement, right? Take action. Follow that craving. Basically, follow that craving. I know in mainstream society and whatnot, we've been taught not to do that. We've been taught to rely on the system, rely on a doctor, rely on someone else to tell you what's wrong with you, tell you what's wrong with your body. But that's a part of the ascension and learning to grow in self-empowerment, right? Is to trust yourself. Trust yourself and trust your body and what it tells you. So, yeah. Moving on with the points that came through here. It's important to remember that, you know, you're seeing more and more people come forward online and whatnot here, talking about their past lives. You know, we're seeing it more and more with people, myself obviously included, but coming forward and sharing their past life memories, okay? Memories from not just past lives on Earth, but past lives in other galaxies, on other planets. And it's so exciting and beautiful to see this. So it's important to honor this. And the reason why it's so important to tap into this and to remember your past lives is because when you remember your past lives and past experiences, you truly start to remember your power, your skills from other lifetimes that you can use now in this lifetime and definitely in this ascension period and transition that we're going through. Now, you know, that's part of the activation process with the ascension. So yes, you know, that's just it's gonna start coming up naturally for many of you. But I just wanted to kind of reiterate and felt like it was my duty calling to reiterate with you guys that remembering, you know, why remembering is so important and why doing those past life regressions or just allowing yourself to connect through meditation and whatnot, why it's so important for you to remember, because it's remembering your power. Okay? And so I'm going to leave it at that as well. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about that, because whenever I really got started on my journey of remembering and past, you know, tapping into my past lives and whatnot, it really started with astrology and using astrology as a tool. So for those of you who are new to this, or maybe you're not new to this, you can still use this method, whether you're new to this or not. You really want to look at your moon sign, so what sign your moon is in, but also where your moon falls within your chart, you know, what house your moon is in. So for me, my moon is in Cancer and my moon falls within my 12th house. So those of you who know something about astrology and you're experienced, that's an extremely strong, powerful placement. It indicates basically an ascension master, which is basically, you know, Ascension Master Leader is basically what I am now. It's what they refer to the Ascended Masters as. People who have strong intuitive knowing and are able to tap into the Akashic records and rememberings and whatnot. Now, I'm 30 years old, so, you know, some people might say, oh, you're a little late maybe in remembering, but potato, potato. Depends how you look at it, but the point is that knowing what sign your moon is in and the placement can also indicate and lead you down the path of what your past lives looked like. So the other side to that, like for me, for example, Cancer is strong feminine energy, you know, being connected with the archetype of the moon and the divine feminine. So I'm finding, which I won't get into my past life stories too much in this video, I'll probably do a separate video. But I know one of my last lives, or my last life on Earth during the Atlantean age, was I was a female. I was a high priestess. So, you know, that can sort of lead you, knowing that information, it can lead you and guide you, ignite you on this journey of past lives and remembering your past life. So, you know, I could go on, you know, down the rabbit hole with that, because that did lead more to just, you know, knowing, oh, I was a feminine, you know, high priestess in another life. And there were other links that also coincided with the Cancer moon energy that I have. So pay attention to those. And like I said, it's a good starting point. So there you have it. There's a good tip for you. The last point I want to bring up is, again, guys, I know this might be repetitive for some of you who've been watching me and watching some other spiritual leaders, but again, pay attention to the signs in nature. Mother Nature is giving a lot of signs right now. You want more clues, you want more confirmation that the experiences that you are feeling and sensing are real, that the ascension is real. Look to nature. Okay? The clues are everywhere. You know, and look up into the sky. Look up at the sky, look at the planets, look at the stars, look at our sun, look at what's going on. Really look, really pay attention. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, because those of you maybe who don't see it yet, like some of us Starseeds and some of us like myself are, you know, you have to make a conscious effort. You do. So yeah, let me see here. I mean, obviously, you know, repeating numbers are an indication and sign, confirmation as well, you know, or some people call them angel numbers. So, you know, that, yes, is definitely confirmation as well. But yeah, so those are the points that I really wanted to reiterate and bring up with you and elaborate on. I think I am going to go ahead and draw a tarot card, and we'll just kind of go from there and see where this takes us. But I'm probably going to channel. Okay, well, 3 cards just plopped out. So we have the Queen of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and 7 of Cups. Wow, a lot of energy here. Speaking of clarity of insight, your knowing really being activated. And what this equinox is also doing with this 10 of Wands energy showing up is cleansing, you know, encouraging you, making a way for you to let go of the baggage, to really let go of the baggage. we have to, in order to fully ascend, you know, we have to remember to clean house. And of course, that's talking about our emotional bodies, our mental bodies, but our physical bodies as well, which is why a lot of us were seeing that holistic cleansing and purging going on, releasing old burdens, releasing old narratives, destructive patterns, toxins. This equinox energy is allowing us to do this in a big way. 10 of Wands, release your burdens, your toxins, your old narratives, your old way of being. And this really, you know, being Wands energy, being fire energy, it really is talking about the physicality of this and how that is reflecting with those physical symptoms. 7 of Cups. So many insights, so many synchronicities, so many spiritual downloads, so much access to you now, to your Akashic records, to the Akashic records. And this has definitely been happening with me, let me tell you. Queen of Swords, you know, like I said, sharp insight, the clarity of knowing, the clarity of access to your subconscious. You know, this is Queen, feminine archetype energy, but Queen of Swords energy. You know, it is, I see it in many ways, you know, as Aquarian energy, Aquarius energy. And in ancient times, Aquarius was depicted as an angel, okay, and is known still as like sky god energy. So very much here. And what else is that associated with? It is associated with that sharp insight, that insight that comes in fast, but it comes in plentiful, like you see here with the 7 of Cups. Allow that to flow in, and it can feel, like I said, it can bring on these physical symptoms and sensations of dizziness, of, you know, tensions in the body, of feeling just sick to your stomach. You know, it can bring out flu-like symptoms, all these things, which again I talk more about in the blog on my website, which the link to my website will be below, so you can find that on your own. It goes into more detail, but ooh, yeah, the confirmation and beauty with these tarot cards that have popped out. And just, I like the way with this Queen of Swords image in this particular deck. I love how the light up here from the sun, from the stars, is radiating differently. And that is very much how our sun is behaving right now. It is radiating differently. It is also getting brighter and lighter in itself with its own color and vibration, which a lot of you, I'm sure, have noticed. You know, a lot of you, this has to do with rising from your cage. You see here how he's carrying like all these sticks on his back, you know, burdensome, almost like the cage that you and I have been trapped in. And then see how the Queen of Swords is risen from that cage, the sticks on the ground here, utilizing that burdensome energy to her benefit, creating something from it, creating that home, creating that nest, See how we're in this beautiful energy of transmutation, okay? Transmutation and transformation are so big right now, so big. I just wanted to see what was on the bottom of the deck. It is the 2 of Wands. The portal energy right now is big. You know, how much more confirmation do we need, right? This equinox portal energy, strong. Utilize it, tap into it. You have to engage with it, call upon it in order for the energy, in order for the universe, in order for your guides to truly meet you and communicate with you. You really have to remember to ask for it and to seek it out. Something so simple, but I find a lot of people, even myself, forget that. Simply forget because we're too distracted. Too many distractions. Too many distractions and burdens. But there is so much pouring in. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those tarot cards alone for a minute. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into channeling. I'm not sure if the LYRAN beings will come through or something else. I'm open to it. So let me get a drink of water real quick. Whew. Recently got a gorgeous new, I mean, look at this. I love this stone. I'm feeling called to connect with it here. Join me in a few deep breaths if you are watching this and tuning in. I had a feeling the Octurians, some Octurian beings are wanting to communicate and connect with us. This is the first time I've ever channeled Octurian energy myself, so I'm excited here. Feel the light within your within your own body, within your own vessel, within your own aura radiate. Feel the light start from your feet, working up to your stomach, working all the way up into your head, your crown chakra. Feel the flow of light, frequency, and energy. Envision rainbow frequencies, rainbow energy. This helps you connect to the energy pouring in from your sun right now. It helps you connect to the messages and timeline shift and 5D timeline that is transpiring. So for many of you, start there. Start there with your visioning, envisioning the rainbow frequency and colors. We know that this vessel, the Silver Sphinx, has spoken about trust before, but we want to reiterate trust. You must truly trust yourself, trust within, and trust what you're getting from without. There must be a marriage between the two, trusting your inner impulses and feelings and trusting the exterior, the outer signs and signals. They must meet, they must marry. And when you allow them to really marry and meet, miracles happen. The true breakthrough happens. Yes. Much polarization is being healed at this time on your planet with your Earth, amongst all of you, humanity. This is part of the purging and cleansing that is going on. This is why you're seeing so much activity within the world, within those around you, a lot of stuff surfacing and bubbling up, but also with the Earth itself, you're seeing climate change and more and more intense Earth changes happening. Yes, these are simply symptoms that the Earth is feeling, just like you, starseeds, and others out there are feeling the physical symptoms that doctors, that, you know, those physicians cannot always explain. They cannot explain where these physical symptoms are coming from. It has to do with the ascension, graduating to your light bodies, becoming lighter, the Earth itself, going back to her natural state of being, the Earth's natural state of being, its natural vibration is actually the 5D. The 5D, okay? Fifth density, whatever you want to call it, the new age. This is allowing the both of you, when you connect with the Earth and with yourself, your inner temple, this is allowing new insights, profound rememberings to come forth. It is allowing you to tap into your gifts. It does very much in many ways start with telepathy. Like this Silver Sphinx has brought up before as well. It starts with telepathy, which is huge and big in itself, which is why many of you are already feeling the symptoms, you know, the psychological symptoms, the physical symptoms, the dizziness, the lightheadedness, the anxiety, the drops in the raises within your energy. It has to do with all of this we've talked about, but it is sort of a gateway for your telepathy to turn on. In order for you to really break through and into that, have that consciousness breakthrough, to ascend in consciousness, you have to get that to that divine point of telepathy and being able to communicate with people, the earth, animals, creatures, communicate with all beings in a much more intimate and clear way. Your English language or your whatever language is very limiting. So this is part of breaking out of those limitations, okay? But also many of you are feeling that disorientation with these ascension symptoms, because the disorientation has to do with your time shift. Your perception of time is drastically shifting. You're breaking out of that linear time. Yes, you're becoming more acquainted with circular time, we shall say. Circular time, okay? This is also more of the natural way of operating and being one with time in the universe, in the galaxy. Most planets, places, beings are like this. They operate in a circular, timely fashion. So know and understand that a lot of the psychological, physical symptoms, cravings as well that you are feeling, that you're getting, have to do with all these things, okay? So it's nothing to really get scared of, to fall into fear over. It is maybe a little uncomfortable, yes, but just know that you're not going to fall off the edge of the planet. Metaphorically speaking, okay? You are changing. You are evolving. Evolution at its finest is here, is upon you. Okay? And this is beautiful. But yes, it does involve purging, cleansing. It involves with reconnecting, remembering. It involves with accessing higher states of consciousness and doing things that have seemed mystical and magical to you in the past. So it's exciting. It is beautiful, and know that much of your galaxy and surrounding planets are also going through changes, an evolutionary phase. Be open, be open, be open to the new things that you will witness, that you will see, that you will feel, that you will confirm. Be careful in giving away your power. You should not give away your power, especially now. You do not need to rely on medications or other substances to feel normal, to feel yourself, because substances and medications do not bring you to yourself, your true self. They do not bring you to your true self. Some of you must become more aware of this, truly know this. Some of you are curious if you can escape ascension symptoms and the uncomfortable external events and internal happenings and feelings. You cannot. So, what will help you most right now is to not resist. When you resist and when you try to control it, you cause yourself more problems. You cause yourself the resistance. You cause yourself turmoil and more anguish. So, accept, breathe, listen to your body. Do not resist. These things are not there to drag you down to hell or drag you down to the abyss. So if that's what you fear, try to realign your mind and your perception and do some meditation on why that fear exists and work on letting it go. Work on letting that be a part of your purge. The Starseeds, the next leap or gulp, the next, we'll just say handful of your population is activating and awakening in profound ways. Do not fear them, for they are you. Do not fear those starseeds and people who are appearing differently, who are consciously in a different space, who are performing different acts. Maybe you are actually seeing more miracles, supernatural abilities. Remember that they are on your side. They are you. This is where you have to come back to healing more of that polarized thinking, that duality frame of, oh, they must be good, oh, they must be evil. Remember, this is one of the most important things that you have to heal and purge and acknowledge, right, within yourself in order to really transition holistically and to come into better balance and harmony within yourself. Those who are consciously making breakthroughs around you, they are not people, beings to fear. You are not to fear either. Maybe you fear your own power. Maybe you fear this transition, your telepathic connection that you are increasingly becoming more aware of, tuning into more, so on and so forth. This is where you get to really own your power. You've been taught not to own your power, to be afraid of power, to be afraid of power. This must change too, okay? This must truly change. Redevelop your relationship and perception with power. This is very important because you are the image of God, of Creator, of Source, yes? If you are the image, not just image, if you are the being of Source, of God, why would you not be able to perform those miracles? Why would you not be able to have those supernatural powers? Okay? Embrace and own power. Redevelop, some of you, your relationship with power. We're feeling the need to share with some of you, to affirm with some of you, your connection to water, especially any of you watching. Water. Connect with water more. Baths, soaks, of course taking in water. Crystalline water, putting quartz crystals in water, infusing your water that you drink with that energy and vibration more. It helps to balance, harmonize, but also it helps you with your remembering, because water is but memory. Water carries memory. Crystals, quartz crystals, are but frozen memory. So water is very important for you right now, because if you look at the elements, water is one of those portal elements. It is sort of the doorway into this fifth dimension, fifth density that you are moving into, many of you. So, water can be your friend, very much so now. Not that the other elements can't. The other elements, yes, definitely. Your age is sort of centered around fire and air, which are very important too. Earth, very important. All very important. But we're just telling you now, water is sort of the connector, unifier for a lot of you. So, heed this message. Do not be oblivious to the signs around you. The signs around you mean something. The changes in your environment, within you, all of it mean something. Be affirmed. Give yourself time, as much time as you can. More time will become available to you the more we move through this ascension and transition process as well. So you will have more time available to you to process, to integrate, to, ground. Above all else, love. Love yourself. Find the love and the adventure, the excitement in the process. Do not overthink. This ascension process is about, in many ways, you becoming the master of your thoughts, yes? Do not overthink so much. Avoid it as much as you can. Overthinking is the path to darker timelines. You need the heart and brain coherence, which will help balance out the overthinking. If you are unfamiliar with what heart and brain coherence really means, seek out information, research it. We do not want to take up too much time here now. Many beautiful sights are before you. So much beauty is unfolding, yes, from the chaos. Trust that. You are very much the phoenix rising from the ashes. More powerful, radiant, beautiful than ever. The metamorphosis is truly upon you. A great, maybe the biggest metamorphosis that you've ever been through is here. We don't want to take up too much more time right now, for you need time to integrate, process, to be, to listen for yourself. So, we send much light and love and radiant vibrations. Receive them now. So with gratitude and much excitement, we are very, very proud of all of you. Where you are, where you're going. So proud of how far you have come and how you are handling all this energy. It is something to commend. So, again, love to you. Okay. So that was that. And I'm gonna go ahead and just end this video. And yeah, I just need time myself now to sort of process and integrate, for sure. But a lot of beautiful messages come through. I hope this gives a lot of you watching some comfort, affirmation, empowerment, all that good stuff. All right. So, until next time, cheers. Oh, and don't forget to check the descriptions box for those other resources and information. All right. Bye for now.